think that's it. I think we started recording on the brand new StreamYard. Welcome, Barry. Very first podcast.
Welcome, yeah. Get me debut.
The debut, yeah. Thursday night debut.
Nice to be invited.
Prime time.
Probably because nobody else can make it, but
well, Blandy can always make it from Brazil. But the only thing with Blandy can make it from Brazil, there's always a Brazilian bloke behind him talking Portuguese to his missus at home. So
that's not the target audience we're looking for, is it?
Well, it takes a bit of editing out. Plus, I don't know what he's saying either. So it might be some good stuff.
Might have to apologise to any Portuguese listeners.
Yeah. We might get him on board anyway. Apparently, it's massive in Brazil, the NFL.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. But anyway, welcome on board. For anyone who doesn't know Baz, Bronco Barry, I think you've been playing fantasy for about 8 years now.
Something like that, yeah. Probably 5, 6, 7.
And you're a winner as well, aren't you?
Former winner of the NFL app league, which is obviously the premier one.
Which is the main one, yeah. I forgot about that. And also, you're a member of the Muff Punt Partnership.
Yeah, I'm in the Muff Punt.
So for anyone who doesn't know about the Muff Punt Partnership, we own horses, race horses in the UK. We name them after NFL players. So we have Showtime Mahomes, obviously named after Patrick Mahomes, and Run CMC, obviously named after Christian McCaffrey. So we've got a race tomorrow, Barry.
We have, yeah. You're heading up there to Ayr, aren't you, to cheer on the night. Hopefully, cross the line first, but just a good run will be nice.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, hopefully we get competitive again, and maybe that could do him for the season. And he can come back next year, but we'll see. 3:45 tomorrow. I presume you can see this, Barry.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the race card. Yeah,
currently 20-1 on Betfair.
Seems a fair price. Had a few bad runs of late, but on its best form, 20-1's a fair price for an each way shot. We wouldn't put anyone off, would we?
No, we wouldn't.
Well, don't lose your mortgage, but
always go each way. So first things first, Baz. For our loyal supporters, we set up a fantasy league and we drafted a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Obviously, last week, and our first fixtures were obviously on Thursday and Sunday of last week. So we're just going to cover the latest results from the league. And
yeah, it was a good first week, wasn't it? Plenty of thrills and spills and late drama.
Yeah.
That transpired at the fantasy league, and I'm sure we'll be waiting for a few points I was waiting for a few points off the Broncos the last game and didn't get many. So yeah, a bit of disappointment there.
You still beat Mr. Hope pretty comfortably, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was helped a bit by my Steelers defense, who got about 25 points.
Right?
Constantly sacking, stripping, and pick sixing and everything.
Is that with what? What got a couple of sacks, didn't he? And
yeah, they were just all over them. Mine part.
And he ended up with a pectoral injury, didn't he? What?
Yeah, I've not heard how bad it is, but they were fearing it. Which is not what you want week one for your best defensive player and former defensive player of the year.
No, from what I've seen, they don't have to operate on it, but it's still a good 6 to 7 weeks out. I could be wrong on that, but it's not like a season ending.
It just was such strain on his body, all that exertion, that he just constantly gets these huge muscle tears. And it's just a good game, isn't it?
We get him ourselves, Baz, don't we? From all the working out we do.
Yeah, I got paid for the week actually.
Oh, don't forget your ear as well. Your bad ear.
Don't forget your bad ear. No, that wasn't where NFL nor podcasting.
Big shout out to Ryan. So Ryan, I'm going to try my hardest not to swear. So Ryan's our youngest ever listener, and I've got it in my mind I'm not going to swear as much. So Kev, who is Ryan's dad, sorry if I swear too much. I'll try and stop. Just unfortunate for Ryan this week. He's come up against the top boys. It's not a team that you want to come up against the fantasy front office this week.
It's a bit unfair, isn't it? Three experienced, one young junior school child, but he did have his dad out a little bit, which is probably more of a hindrance. But yeah, they got a bit of a pace in there, didn't he? Who did he have? whacking your points in for you? Was it AJ Brown and Jamar Chase?
Yeah, so we had Barkley 33 point. Yeah, so
everyone, all of your teams just flying there, aren't they, this week?
Yeah, Jamar Chase, Brown,
Pittman,
even Framuff did all right for us. Obviously, Will Lutz got the game-winning kick. Fantastic. But yeah, he's obviously got JJ and probably Cam Akers, which are
Cam Akers. He's one where he didn't look particularly good. He didn't get a lot of touches. He's looking like it could be the wrong way around, and Henderson's the lead back for the start of the season for them.
Yeah. And Akers is the one I've been burnt with as well in the NFL app. But yeah, he's got a decent team, Ryan, to be fair. Just
you come with these weeks, don't you? Good weeks and bad weeks.
Yeah. As you go down the list, some of us have done better than others, but obviously.
What do you think a par score is in this format? Sort of 120 points, 125 points looks like it's sort of a middle of the road score.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of outliers. Kev Hamilton, 81.7.
That's a full week. I don't think he had a touchdown. He had one touchdown out on his team or something.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got Aaron Rodgers there.
Yeah, he's doing no favours, has he, Rodgers there with 4 points.
I know fine well he's trying to get rid of these two. He's trying to get rid of Metcalf. He's trying to get rid of Evans.
He's very active in the trade market, isn't
he? He's trying to be, but no one wants to trade.
In these sleeper apps, he's had a good season last year and won a few tournaments. So
yeah, fair play with me. He has won a couple of leagues last year. And
Del Boy Whelan dealing, he might get himself back in it.
Yeah, he didn't help himself because he forgot to pick his team, didn't he? But
well, he was an auto pick, wasn't he?
And then the stinker of the week has to go to Maverick. Horrendous. I mean, he's got Elliott, Lamb. That's not looking good at all, is it?
It looks like some bad drafting there, doesn't it? It's going to take a bit of a turning round.
Pitts, I think he's panicking about Pitts. Obviously, Pitts it's only week 1, isn't it? Let's chill out a bit.
You can't read too much into week 1, can you? It's 1 week. Teams will adjust from it. Maybe teams aren't showing the full hand. Teams aren't up to full speed. Week 1 can often give you a few strange results.
Yeah.
Weeks 2 to 6, teams get more into the groove.
Yeah. I'm surprised at this because I'm not surprised at it, but I had Red Zone on and I watched the Bears 49ers game as well on one of the screens. And it must have just been when I was looking, but when I was looking, he seemed to be thrown towards Ayuk when he could in the rain. But apparently, he only got two targets, and he only got 6.7. But I think Ayuk is a lot better than that first showing in that rain. I like Ayuk. I think.
Yeah, he's definitely got something about him. It looks like a big, powerful runner when he gets the ball in his hand. He break a few tackles and get a few extra yards. Yards.
Yeah.
We always look forward on that.
Yeah, and obviously in this game that Maverick lost, Guy obviously won, and obviously Guy had drafted Dawson Knox in the second round.
He didn't put up a good show, did he?
Come up with a massive 1.5 points.
Well, it's good enough. That's the thing with fantasy. You can put a massive score up, but once you win with 97.3, you won't win many games with 97, but you take the ones that you do.
Yeah. CEH.
He had quite a good game, didn't he? Even though he didn't get a lot of carries. I think obviously he had 2 touchdowns.
I've seen a few things that saying obviously try and sell him now, but I don't mind CEH. I think he's maybe a bit better than what people credit for.
I wouldn't be looking to get rid of anyone, especially about a 2 touchdown game for the Chiefs who are flying offensively. So I wouldn't be overly looking. Depends what you can get for him, I guess.
Yeah, and then tell you what, if I can go to week 2. Yeah, so this week's matchup. So we play you, Barry. Oh,
yeah, you've got the top score. I got the second top score, so it should be a good little game. This one.
Yeah. Ryan against P Hope. Hopefully, Ryan can bounce back.
1 there, so somebody's going to get a first win of the season.
Yeah. Oh, Hammer and AJ are going head to head. Pretty close as well.
Look at the projected scores. Yeah, there's not much in it there.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll review that again next week.
Yeah. It gets more interesting as the season goes on. See who's at the top, see who's at the bottom, see who can sometimes just nicking in those last playoff spots, you can go all the way and win, can't you?
Yeah. Right. So let me thingy about with this. We might see our ugly mugs pop up here a bit closer. Oh, look at that! Hey, does that work for you?
Yeah, I can see yourself. I can see myself.
Bronco Barry, I like it. Yeah. So tonight's game, Barry. Are you staying up for it?
No, I won't be staying up for it. No, it's an absolute belter of a game. I mean, last week, Thursday night football, Bills the best team on paper, favourites against the Rams, the Super Bowl winners. It was a stormer, and this looks an absolute cracker as well. Divisional game, Chiefs flying out of blocks, looking like the old Chiefs. Chargers seem to have improved a bit on defence. Again, very good roster. It looks like a shootout. Who doesn't want to watch that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't. I'm off tomorrow, but it's Steve's picking me up at 9 o'clock in the morning, so
not ideal to stay till 5 o'clock to then get a drive up to Scotland.
Scotland, yeah.
Bumpy roads.
Yeah, so I'll probably just watch it on the way there. The thing about Game Pass, because I've just got Game Pass this year, as you know, is that that the game in 40. That's brilliant. That 40 minute, fantastic.
I got Game Pass last year for a couple of different reasons, but watch the games back the next day, game in 40. But it's a good game, and you want to see all the top, see all the players doing it. You can just whiz through a game and get a bit of a feel for the momentum and stuff. It's good.
Yeah. So in terms of fantasy relevant players, I normally ask Blandy this and Taz when he comes on, when he's on shifts and whatever. So what's your? I don't know. Let's start with the Chiefs. Who's your standouts for them guys, or who's maybe one or two that you might sit? I guess.
Yeah, well, he sort of Mahomes did an interview, didn't he? He said sorry to all the fantasy players because he's going to spread the ball around, which is what we want. We want target hogs and people who are going to be getting loads of points. And he kind of was backed his words up to say that he hit loads of different receivers. People who the practice squad we've never probably heard of got one or two targets here and there.
Yeah,
I think the key takeaways for me were Kelsey's still his main man. Hill's not there to go down the field, but that under pressure, slide it on a tight window, get it to Kelsey. He's not going to drop it. He's going to catch a ball, take a hit, and getting that first down. Still the main man. I think he had 121 yards, 8 of 9, and a touchdown. Monster score from a tight end. Still dependable.
Yeah. There was some concerns. There was some concerns that he was getting a bit old. Getting a bit long in the tooth, but
I think he might stretch another season out of him.
Yeah. Well, how long did Gronk go for?
Yeah. I think again, not the expert here, but he doesn't do a lot of the blocking work that tight ends do, so he's physically not getting hammered like some of the tight ends do. Stand on the line and block. He just kind of slopes off, finds some space,
finds a bit, yeah.
And if he's not getting the ball, he's just a little 5-10 yard run, turn back, get the line. So maybe that gives him a little bit of extra juice to go a bit longer.
Yeah.
But I think Kelsey's still good. Juju had some good numbers again. He's always been a bit of a question mark player, hasn't he? To say,
yeah.
He's had a good season, but it was about 3 or 4 years ago now. He's played under Big Ben, who was declining. He's not been productive.
I think last season I had Juju in my NFL app one, and disappointing, but he had Ben, and Ben was just tragic. And you think
he obviously has got the difference with Mahomes now. He can throw that deep ball, can't he? So
yeah. If Blandy was on, he'd have probably said, "Oh no, he'd have had this many targets and all this stats carry on." I was going to swear there, I didn't, Ryan. But when you watch the games, you just think that he got let down so many times, and when you got Devontae Johnson there, he was getting targeted. It just seemed, I don't know, Juju never had a chance last season for me.
No, he seems to be playing those sort of just making those short little 5-yard runs. And even if you get, picking them up from a fantasy perspective, you hit that pick, you're not getting mega points, you're not getting mega touchdowns, you're not getting big plays. You're just getting like a steady stream of, 5 to 10 point games, 12 if you have a good one. Whereas I think with the Chiefs, he's got a bit more big playability, hasn't he? He can peel off a longer run.
Yeah.
Mahomes going to hit him. He's pretty dependable from a catch perspective. He doesn't drop much. So I think, look at his numbers. He was 79 yards first game in the offense. I expect it to go quite well, Juju. And I think the player that has been tipped up as a bit of a bit of a want to have a hit on this in this game is McCall Hardman, isn't he? I think fancying him as again, that raw speed over the top, charges defense. Can he burn them for a couple of plays? Might be a bit of a boom or bust, but could be a boom play of the week.
I think he had a couple last game, and I can't remember how many yards one of them was. And he just missed it. If he catches that, then it's absolutely, as you know, it's a game changer in it for the week. But I think the game tonight's got one of the highest over-unders, isn't it, for the week? Yeah, so I think they're expecting a good shootout.
54 points is the mark on the bookies handicap. So you're looking at something, both teams getting four touchdowns potentially.
Yeah,
plenty of fast-paced offense. So he's got plenty of opportunity to get one of those 60-yard touchdowns. And there's his game made, isn't it, from a fantasy perspective?
Yeah, I think so. This will be a test for if any of the actual fantasy owners from the league watches our podcast or not. But we've actually put Pacheco on the trade block.
Yes. Are you active in a trade, or is that just fishing?
Yeah, a bit of fishing, I think, but mainly because it was almost sort of like a junk time for when he got his numbers up, really. I think we're just trying to cash in on it. But no one's took the bait yet, so maybe too early.
The door's always open for a knock and a piece of paper.
Yeah, the door's always open, yeah.
For a little trade. He did lead the targets, number of carries, didn't he? But I'd say probably because they had the game sewn up early. But then the other side of it is he did quite well with them. So maybe they're feeding his weight in over the course of the season more and more. Because, the other guys aren't massively reliable. CEH has always been a bit up and down. They don't really like him at the goal line. He's a bit fumble head, so maybe Pacheco's got a chance. You might be wanting to try and sit on for a bit, and if you can get him a good deal, who knows?
Yeah, I'm just rocking my Aldi cider straight from the tin.
Tasty?
Not really. It's just because I don't have no lager in.
Not really, but I'm thirsty.
So in terms of the charges, obviously we've got the likes of the Herberts and we've Eckler. So we don't need to talk about them. But is there any more sort of on the fringe players that you'd maybe look at this week?
Yeah, I mean, I watched this game weekend, the Chargers game, and there were throwing people I've never heard of. So whether that's
welcome to my world, Barry.
They've worked all season on these players to try and fool the opposition, and they're bringing people like, what was it? Somebody Carter, DeAndre Carter, and Xander Hovarth. I never heard of them guys. I don't know if they're drafted. Don't know if they're any good. Don't know where they come from. But they've both got a decent amount of targets now. You've got Palmer in there as well, but no, again, like the Chiefs, they spread it around a lot. Well, that's because it's week one of the game plan to do that.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's gone down, hasn't he? I think has he gone down?
So Allen's going to miss the game. So
that should give a few more targets to a few more people. So
especially for Palmer, I think last season every time Keenan Allen missed or Mike Williams had missed, Palmer's targets and receptions go up through the roof and ends up finishing wide receiver too, I think. So I've got him in the NFL app, and I'm playing him. I'm playing him in the wide receiver spot, just so I can utilize my two flex spots, which can be wide receiver or running back. So he's been slotted in for tonight. Especially, I probably wouldn't have done it if Keenan Allen was playing, but I've done it because he's.
I think they say that in a potential shootout, without the normal stud receiver, I think Mike Williams will probably get more targets as well. But there's plenty to go around. He seemed to be catching a lot of short balls. Normally he's the sort of the big bomb down the pitch and huge leads down the back, one-handed or over the top of the corner. But he was getting a lot of short routes against the Raiders. So again, if Keenan Allen isn't stretching them, maybe Mike Williams will go back to that sort of sideline bit on down the numbers, long ball and Palmer slots in. So I think there's room for any of your Chargers wide receivers in this game tonight. Depending on what options you've got, you can't put anybody off, I don't think. I've got Eckler in the main NFL app one, and he didn't have a particularly great game. He was quite for a number of carries, he didn't get many yards, and he didn't get a lot of dump offs because they were throwing it all over the shop. So hopefully he can step up a little bit as well.
Yeah,
he's normally a reliable, dependable guy from
especially
even touchdowns out the backfield, get a bit of space. So yeah, I think again for both teams, all of the offensive players are in play.
It's just going to be a stormer, isn't it? That's what I hope it is anyway.
It's one of them games, somebody goes up early and the other one starts chasing it. It's got that potential. If it does become a little bit tentative at the start, it could go under. But I think it seems to be set for a high score.
I always like. I know it's not. Again, I know it's not like a purist thing to do, but sometimes when I've got a player play on the Thursday night, sometimes I just go, "Oh fuck it, I'll just put him in there," and then I've got something to watch on the Friday morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give you that
it's like, it's like that little bit of the bit of the unknown. And then when you're watching it, you're thinking, "Where's my player? Where's my player? Where's my player?" So last week it was Gakers, and I was thinking, "Where is it?"
Oh, there he is, doing the Gatorade.
Oh, there he is, just running off, like doing nothing. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a frustrating. Like I say, with some of these fringe players,
yeah,
I thought sometimes when on the field, how many snaps they're getting at the time, and but one or two big plays, and I think that often if they get a play or two early and they see they've got a matchup they like, they'll go back there, won't they?
Yeah.
But it's that waking up the next day, watching it, and think, "Oh, I put him in." Of him, and he's got like 4.5 points.
Yeah, and then you're chasing all for the rest of the.
You're behind on the predicted points. You feel like you've got to take a bit more risk.
Yeah. So anything else about tonight's game, or have you covered it?
I think I've covered it really. Yeah, just enjoy it. And, I don't know who do you fancy for the win.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think the Chiefs look sensational in that first week. I think the Chargers. I think Chargers are going to give everybody a good game, aren't they?
Yeah.
They look a little bit better on defense than they have been in previous years.
Yeah.
I think in every game they play. So Chiefs are 4-point on a handicap. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably back the Chiefs at home, but I think the Chargers are a lively outsider.
Yeah. I'll put you on the spot here, like I do with Mr. Bland. Have you got a bet of the game? I have to word it carefully on YouTube. I think they're a bit dodgy with
I haven't looked at the props, but I think on the player props, I'd be looking at Kelsey. I'd be looking to see what his mark is. If it's around 60, I'd be looking to go over that. 70, but still probably go over that.
I might have a look at Palmer. I wonder if what price of Palmer is for a
second. I think probably those second or third string receivers, and maybe like you say on the Chargers where they're missing Keenan Allen, and that might be the goal. If he can get if he's over 2.5 receptions, I think that would probably be a good one. So he's probably a little bit under the radar from betting terms because he hasn't put the stats on the ball.
Yeah.
So if you can get over 2.5 receptions, I think it would be a good bet.
Yeah, I might have a look. Get some more money for Showtime Mahomes tomorrow there.
Yeah, win a load of money, then just give them straight back the next day.
Right, Baz. Can you make Saturday? And we'll go through the games on Saturday at some point.
Yeah. Good.
We won't go through all of them. We'll just go through some of them.
We don't want to be talking about blooming some of the donkey teams, do we? Like we
don't want to be.
Like.
Right, thanks a lot, mate. Have a nice evening.
It's been
nice having you aboard, mate.
Catch you in a bit.
Thanks a lot for watching. See you Saturday.